What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So it seems like the highly anticipated ring return of 8-division world champion, Filipino superstar boxer, legendary, and currently the WBA welterweight world champion, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, will indeed be against 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer, Mikey Garcia. Manny Pacquiao was given an ultimatum by the current sanction body that he represents in the WBA that if he pushes forward in his first fight back to the ring since defeating former unified WBC, WBA welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman, and he pushes forward in his first fight against UFC legendary superstar Conor McGregor, they will strip him of the WBA title. So it looks like Manny Pacquiao will indeed agree to face Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is ranked in the top 10 of the WBA ranking system, which will allow, Manny Pacquiao to continue to hold on to his WBA title. With that said, this sets up a later on fight between Manny Pacquiao and that of undefeated unified WBC IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Errol Spence Jr. For the WBC rankings, obviously we know Mikey Garcia is ranked number 3 in the WBC rankings. He already challenged Errol Spence Jr. and lost big time. He lost every single round. He was dominated in that fight, but now he still is ranked number 3 in that sanction body. In the WBA ranking system, you have Manny Pacquiao as the Super WBA champion, Yordenis Ugas as the regular WBA champion, and Virgil Ortiz as the Gold WBA champion, with Jamal James coming in at number 1 and that of Mikey Garcia coming in at number 2. So with that said, if Manny Pacquiao is to push forward with the Conor McGregor fight, he'll be stripped of the belt, which will see Yordenis Ugas face off against Jamal James, who's the number 1 WBA challenger, against the regular WBA champion for the WBA super title, right? I know it's a little confusing, but for Manny Pacquiao to hold on to this title, he has to face somebody in the top 10, and who better to face than who was being reported to begin with in WBA number 2 ranked challenger Mikey Garcia. So Manny Pacquiao seems to be, as Mikey Garcia put it, he says he's 100% certain that he'll be facing Manny Pacquiao in his next fight. And like I said, this is going to allow Manny Pacquiao to keep his world title. Mikey Garcia attempted to be great, move up from 140 pounds to challenge Errol Spence for his then just only belt he had was the IBF title, because this was pre-Sean Porter fight. Sean Porter is a 2-time welterweight world champion, held the WBC title, in which Errol Spence took that belt from him after defeating Mikey Garcia. So Mikey Garcia attempted to get the IBF strap from Errol Spence Jr., in which he lost every single round, and a unanimous decision victory was awarded to Errol Spence Jr. That was Mikey Garcia daring and attempting to become a 5-division world champion. With that said, Mikey Garcia is steadfast on becoming a 5-division world champion and becoming a welterweight world champion, and he likes his chances against Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao is similar in size to Mikey Garcia. Manny Pacquiao is not and never was considered a big welterweight, right? That's why he's a 8-division world champion, because he started in such a low weight class. Manny Pacquiao is listed at 5'5" and 146 pounds. So Mikey Garcia doesn't feel like he'll have a size disadvantage going against Manny Pacquiao. Actually, he'll have a size advantage against Manny Pacquiao, because Mikey Garcia is 5'6", and he could come in at about 146 pounds. He definitely could match Manny Pacquiao in size. So he has a 68-inch arm reach. He's 5'6". So Manny Pacquiao is more on the size level of Mikey Garcia, opposed to Mikey Garcia fighting against Errol Spence, who's 5'9.5", nearly 5'10". You know, a big welterweight, big strapping welterweight. And Errol Spence had a reach advantage, height advantage, you know, things of that nature. Manny Pacquiao is 67-inch arm reach, and he's 5'5". So actually, Mikey Garcia has a size advantage over Manny Pacquiao. Now, Manny Pacquiao has campaigned at the welterweight limit for quite some time, for years. He's definitely acclimated to the welterweight division limit, the 147-pound limit. So he's used to that weight. And styles make fights, right? They're going to compare this to that of Juan Manuel Marquez, 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar, legendary, iconic boxer, who had 4 close fights and knocked out Manny Pacquiao in their last fight. And the other 3 fights could have went either which way. I, for one, always said that Manny Pacquiao clearly won the first fight because he dropped Juan Manuel Marquez 3 times in 1 round, but they didn't have the 3 knockdown rule. And the referee should have waved it off at that point in time. But Juan Manuel Marquez was able to gather himself back and fight to a draw. And the other 2 fights after that were very close. They were awarded to Pacquiao. And then we know in the 4th fight, Juan Manuel Marquez knocked Manny Pacquiao cold. So they're going to compare the style of Mikey Garcia to that of Juan Manuel Marquez, thus you know, saying that Mikey Garcia has a huge opportunity with his timing, with his counterpunchability, and his power to defeat and upset Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, I believe, seen this movie before against Eric Morales, and obviously Juan Manuel Marquez in his fights, counterpunch boxers with power. And Mikey Garcia doesn't have the ability that Eric Morales or Juan Manuel Marquez has. They have quicker twitch reflexes than Mikey Garcia. Now, Mikey Garcia may have more power than both of those guys, but they have quicker twitch reflexes, right? They're just slightly more athletic than Mikey Garcia. They have better timing. Definitely, Juan Manuel Marquez has better timing than Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia didn't look that great in his last fight against Jesse Vargas. Mikey Garcia, in my opinion, was losing that fight. I thought, you know, eventually his power kicked in and his advantage in that department played a huge part, and he started to hurt Jesse Vargas. But for the most part, Jesse Vargas was outboxing Mikey Garcia. So with that said, I'm expecting, you know, Manny Pacquiao to beat Mikey Garcia, thus setting up a massive mega showdown between Manny Pacquiao and Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. in, get this, Dallas, Texas, at the Cowboy Stadium, because Manny Pacquiao has opened up the Cowboy Stadium when it was first built. The first boxer to open up that stadium, he fought twice there. He fought Antonio Margarito, and he fought Joshua Clottey there. We know Errol Spence already fought Mikey Garcia there when he dominated and defeated Mikey Garcia. And he's going into that arena once more December 5th of this year in his highly anticipated ring return since suffering that horrific car accident October 10th. Ironically enough, today is October 10th. It's the 1-year anniversary of that horrific car accident. And but December 5th marks the date for his ring return. Everybody is in, there's a lot of intrigue, a lot of curiosity to see if is there any lingering effects from that accident, you know, physically or mentally, right? And so there's a lot of people that doubt Errol Spence and don't believe that Errol Spence will make it back to what he once was. Errol Spence believes that he will be better than what he once was. So Manny Pacquiao continued to tell people he loved the fight in Dallas, Texas, in the Cowboy Stadium. Obviously, this is Errol Spence's hometown now. He was born in New York, but he represents DeSoto and Dallas, Texas area. This is where he was raised. This is where he represents the state of Texas, and he sells out the stadium. He sold out the stadium with Mikey Garcia, and you best believe he'll sell out the stadium with Manny "Pac-Man" Pacquiao. So expect to see Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence at Dallas Cowboy Stadium. Fans are going to be allowed to attend Danny Garcia-Errol Spence fight. And I'm not dismissing Mikey Garcia or Danny Garcia. I'm just leaning towards the skill set of Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence to be victorious in those fights. So expect that fight to be a massive fight next year. Fans are already, like I said, going to be allowed into Errol Spence-Danny Garcia fight. So with that said, you understand that the stadium will be packed out to the max where Errol Spence-Manny Pacquiao fight. pay-per-views will probably do 1 million pay-per-view buys. So it just sets up a massive fight. So don't expect to see Conor McGregor, Manny Pacquiao push through, because Manny Pacquiao losing the WBA title is huge, right? Because it takes away the massive showdown later on. And I don't think that's what Al Heyman and PBC or Manny Pacquiao or Errol Spence want at this point in time. They want that massive payday, that massive showdown, massive pay-per-view event, massive event overall. So expect to see Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. As Mikey Garcia just recently stated, he's 100% sure he'll be fighting Manny Pacquiao in his next fight. And the way things are playing out, you can expect that. So let me know what y'all think. Drop a comment in the comment section. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.